And now we actually have audio. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Aetherseed Cycle of Stars, our D&D live play game. Before we begin, I'll go around the room where we can introduce themselves, who they are playing, and if they want to tell you, they'll tell you where you can find them in the dark corners of the internet. Let's start with our halfling. That's you, Ash.
That's you, Ash.
What's that? Sorry, I was reading. I was reading the session notes.
Well, that's commendable. I said let's start with you. Introduce yourself, who you're playing.
I'm Ash. I'm playing Daggerbert Swiftfoot, investigative reporter. Lightfoot halfling, rogue.
Okay. Let's go with our police detective.
That's me. I'm Nate. I'm playing Errol. I'm a fighter. I'm a Cragling, which is our homebrewed race. And you can find me on Twitter under Tiniest Sidekick.
Let's head to our medical examiner.
Hi everyone, I'm Kat. I'm playing RaQui, and I am an Aarakocra bard.
And last but not least, the chef.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm playing Will, and you can catch me on JJ_squishy90 and all
About
that hair, all that
17,000
food.
Instagrams.
5 Instagrams.
That may or may need to be condensed into one.
No, they're all different things.
And okay.
Good start.
Fine. The world of Aetherseed Cycle of Stars is much like our world. There are mobile phones, there's an internet equivalent, and people move about and around the world every day, and communications are worldwide. The only difference is that this is a world that has had magic, and high magic at that, forever. Only now it's industrialized, mass-produced, and just another part of consumerism. Our adventure began with our characters, some trapped, some investigating a factory where its mana regulator, the item required to make sure that all the magic elements of the industrial process worked perfectly, was removed, resulting in a set of candy abominations that attacked and consumed everyone within. The party survived this ordeal, followed by a nice police interrogation, and then were moved to a safe house. All 4 characters were moved there, including the detective Ramanesh, Errol. They have another 2 detectives with them. One, a Minotaur called Vindel Rotnar, and another one called Manny Pleek, a hobgoblin. They're caretakers for this safe house, and they are now under protective custody because there is some organization involved in the events that took place in the factory. The assailant seemingly disappeared in a pile of ash, and at the mention of this, everyone they knew that knew of this characteristic went, appropriately ashen, and decided, you are in danger, we'll put you under police custody. Errol, fearing for his family, decided to have his husband join him in the safe house. Once there, Will decided to cook for everyone, but as they were having dinner, Errol retired to RaQui's room to confer with his colleague on some elements of the investigation. And that's when a gunshot came through the window and struck Errol. And at the same time, the door at the front of the safe house got kicked in, and a man in leathers wielding what is the Chris-car equivalent of a shotgun and a mohawk and sunglasses and a tattoo across half of his face came storming in. And that is where we're going to pick up our session. We rolled initiative last time, so we start our turn immediately with RaQui. RaQui, you are in your room. All your papers, all your investigations are strewn around the room as you have built some sort of investigator's wall in your room while eating at the same time, which is impressive. The window behind you is cracked, and you see that Errol has taken a couple of impacts to the back. You can clearly tell these were Chris-car projectiles. They seemed almost like beams of energy in flight, but once they strike, they'd solidify into what looked like almost crossbow bolts, just made of this crystalline material.
So the first thing I'm going to do is use a charge of first aid from my weaver to heal Errol.
You approach him and use it. Okay. You approach him and use your weaver to cast the cantrip first aid, healing Errol for 1d4 HP.
Yes, and you're welcome, Errol, because it was a 4. And then because we're under attack, I don't want to leave all of my stuff behind, so I'm just going to start frantically trying to grab everything that I can.
Since your room is completely and utterly filled with papers, as you yourself established it, this is going to get everything out of the walls is going to take an approximately 10 minutes, the equivalent of 100 turns. Because you took hours to put it up. All.
I'm just going to go my notebook then.
Okay, you grab your notebook, that's fine. But everything else is on the walls.
I don't want to leave it. And I am just going to look at Errol and go, are you okay? And kind of leave my turn there.
Okay. Very well. That brings us to Errol.
Right, so hang on. Was it 4 points of healing? You put that on.
Yeah.
I've just had to refresh everything because it didn't work. I say stay down, regroup. Did I hear the gunfire come through the windows in the other room?
You didn't. The only sound you heard was the sound of cracking glass, and then you felt the shot. Okay. But I would say at this distance, you probably would have heard the door being kicked in.
Okay. Yeah, stay low, because obviously snipers. I'd like to summon my shield and warhammer.
That's a bonus action, yeah. You make your move and they appear in your hand.
So bonus action. And then I will leave her room and see what I see.
Okay. You get out into the hallway. You got about 20 feet to get to basically around the area where you can then look and have a visibility of the living room, the front door, and the dining room.
Okay, I will go. I think I've got 30 feet of movement, so I'll move with the aim of getting to the dining room.
Okay, you get to, that will bring you like right to the door of the dining room, but will put you 10 feet in front of the person who has just come through the door. Okay.
guess that's where I am.
You run up, shield in hand and hammer in the other, and are there, and you see this. It looks like a biker. You know, big leather jacket, studs, almost like a mix of like a punk, like gangbanger, and the biker. You see like a biker gloves and the big mohawk, glasses, and the tattoo on one side of the face. The tattoo is actually just, it seems script, like of some kind.
Do I recognize it?
Which I would say make an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Arcana or history, whichever you prefer.
They are exactly the same. Okay, I'll roll. That is a 12 on the dice.
You're not... racial languages aren't really a thing anymore, except, specialists and scholars who, study ancient ruins or ancient civilizations and that sort of thing. But the writing seems close to what you've seen in the past, because, you come across this stuff every so often. Looks perhaps orcish.
Okay.
The person in front of you is not an orc. They're human.
Okay. And I'm 10 feet away from them.
Yeah.
I can't do anything from this distance. I'll just use my action to say, someone call for backup, and then use... Can I do that and kind of just dash and just get into melee range?
Sure. Well, if that was the call it for tune. The thing is, you could call for backup. You do have a phone.
Yeah, I will call for backup.
I'll allow it. I'll allow you. You have your thing. You just pull the phone quickly. Call for backup.
Yeah, I call for backup. And prepare.
What do you tell? Who do you call and what do you tell them?
I don't know what. I guess whatever policy would be if you're in a safe house, there must be a contact. Unless you would just call the precinct in general.
I mean, you are a detective. You would likely call someone with authority.
Yeah, I'll either call whoever my direct superior is,
Your captain.
or whoever would be in charge of this.
Your captain.
I just call the captain, then she hates me. It's great.
She picks the goes, says, Errol, what's going on? What's up?
Shots fired. We're under attack. We need backup.
This was supposed to be a safe house. Wonderful. Hold on. I'm sending some units. And she hangs up. And I'll take it that as your action.
Yeah, I'll hang here, shield up.
Okay. That brings us to Dagobert.
Dagobert hides.
Make your hide roll.
$20.
20, nice. That brings us to another turn. The window on the dining room bursts open, just cracks through, and a figure jumps through the window, landing on one side of the table next to Will. And he's going to make an attack roll. This similarly dressed, also kind of a punk biker. This one just has like matted, greasy hair covering most of their face, and has a combat knife in each hand. And I'm going to make attacks. First attack. That is a 10 to hit.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. As a bonus action, is going to make an attack with the offhand. 17 to hit.
That hits.
You take 6 points of slashing damage. He comes in, looks at you immediately, tries to stab you. You move out of the way, but come too close to his second knife, which he just swings and cuts your side. And now comes our main guy at the door. You just come real close. He just puts the shotgun next to you and fires. The Kriskar scatter gun is coming for you. Natural 20. That is going to be 2d10 piercing damage.
Roll 2 1s.
13 points of piercing damage.
Down.
Errol comes to the defense, and we just hear, and Errol just flies backward, and is on the ground, littered with shards of these almost violet crystals, blood seeping into the carpet. That is their turn. Rodnar turns over the dining room, like a coffee table, and pretty much just an entire chair to cover behind. It doesn't provide that much cover. He's a minotaur, but standard procedure. He's gonna take Kriskar's shot at the scatter guy, and rolled a 12, which is not enough. But he has the equivalent of crossbow mastery, so he can use his bonus action for another shot, which is a natural 1. So he ends up shooting the light bulb over Errol's head.
Oh.
And that's Rodnar's turn. Corin is next. He just raises his weaver and will cast Firebolt. And hits for 6 points of fire damage. And just nice little fireball shoots out and hits the guy in the shoulder. And then the guy with scattergun was now smiling, having completely dismantled Arrow, and now just smiling turns towards the dining room. It's now another guy's turn. 14 to hit, RaQui.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. I need to check something. Okay. You take 7 points of piercing damage as another shot comes through the window and strikes you.
And that is me down as well.
Since you didn't use your movement to perhaps get out of the room and out of the line of fire. And that is, you are down as well. We come to Will.
Perfect. So
I remind you that your modules are all in your room.
yeah, I know.
Locked.
So Corin is near me.
Yeah. Corin is on the other side of the table. Basically facing you, but on the other side of the table.
Okay, so I can't do that one. That's fine. I've only got one. That's fine. I'm going to use my last mana point and cast with my bonus action Shield of Faith on him, so he gets +2 to his armor class.
I remind you. Well, no, you do have your Weaver on you, so you can use it. Yeah, you can cast your spells.
Okay.
You just don't have any modules on it.
Yeah. So yeah, cast Shield of Faith on Corin, so he gets to +2 to his armor class.
Okay.
That's my last mana point. I'm going to use my action to disengage from the guy who's attacking me and go to the kitchen.
Wait, no, you disengaging is an action.
Yeah, Yeah, my shield is a bonus action.
Okay, she'll face a bonus action. Then okay, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. That's a bonus action. Disengage, full action, and go straight to the kitchen.
That would be your 60 feet of movement, which is enough to get you into the kitchen.
Yep. And I think that's as far as I can do, apart from unless I'm able to grab something.
That brings us to Palik, who will run towards. Will just dash towards the guy with the shotgun and attempt to tackle him. Opposed strength checks. Palik does not succeed. Roll too low. He just kind of tries to push the guy, but even with the bulk of this hobgoblin, the other guy just has better footing and just takes it, and they're kind of engaged in this melee now. Brings us back to RaQui. Death saving throw, please.
Ooh, 18.
18, that's one save. Errol, death saving throw, please. Natural 1?
2.
2. Oh, that's better. It's better than a 1.
Still fail.
Yeah, that's a fail. Dagobert. You're muted.
How far's the guy away from me at the moment?
There is one guy on the other side of the table. Since I'm guessing you're hiding under the table. He's about 5 feet away from you. You can actually hit his shins from where you are.
So I'm going to sneak attack him.
Okay.
And that is 23.
That hits.
That's 11 points of damage.
Nice.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to hit him with my offhand knife.
Oh, beautiful.
And that is a 13.
That does not hit. Okay, 11. You move in from the table, like just move quickly behind him as his attention is focused on Will moving away, and just basically stab him twice in the back, stabbing him once in the back, and when you're coming for the second attack, he just moves and parries with one of his own daggers. And you're like now like dual dagger squared up against dual dagger. But he's winded. That sneak attack hit him. Let's hit him in the vitals. That brings us to the knife guy, who is gonna, match you blow for blow. That is a 20 to hit.
Hit.
That is 6 points of slashing.
Okay.
And natural 20.
Yep.
With a bonus action. 1, 3, another 6 points of slashing.
And I'm down.
And another one bites the dust. It is shotgun guy. He's gonna fire on Palik. Hits him. Oof, for 10 points of piercing damage. Palik is about 15. So he takes this shot to the chest. But the bulk of this hobgoblin plus the vest he's wearing takes the brunt of it. But he looks rough. Not having a good time. Rodnar will attempt to take another shot. Misses. And the second one hits. Deals 2 points of damage. Which brings us now to Corin. Corin will move around the table and use his own. Give me a second to check something. Yeah. He's going to use his own module with first aid to bring Dagobert up with 1 HP. And then they're gonna, that's about 10 feet of movement. He's gonna move the other way around to start making his way towards Errol. That brings us now to the person that was shooting RaQui. They are moving from their vantage point to another place. Will, you are in the kitchen.
Where is the knife guy still up?
Yes, but he's about, I would say, about 40 feet away from you.
Right. Okay.
You could get to the guy with the shotgun. He is within range.
That's actually fine. Because if I can grab a pan.
Yeah, there is one of the pans you were cooking with. It's still very hot.
And head to near where the shotgun guy is, which is where Corin was heading.
Yep.
And is Errol on the floor? Can I see him?
Yeah, he's on the floor. He is bleeding heavily.
Right. Okay. Am I able to touch him?
Sure.
At which point I can use Spare the Dying, which is cantrip.
Yep.
So he becomes stable.
Okay.
So he shouldn't have to do any death saves, hopefully.
Okay, so Errol is stabilized.
And that's all I can do.
Perfect. Last is Polik, who is going to try to disarm the guy. Moment. Let me just roll. It's opposite athletics checks. He makes the attempt and is not successful. Tries to grab the gun out of the guy's hand. They kind of fight over it, and it's pushed away. RaQui, that's safe, please.
Yep. 2.
That is 1 failure. Errol, you are stable, but you are unconscious. Dagobert, you are awake on the ground, 1 HP. You are muted.
I stand up and stab the prick who just stabbed me.
Stab the prick who just stabbed you.
That is 22.
That hits.
That is 6 points of damage.
Are you gonna make a second attack or hiding?
Is he down?
No, still up.
No. Second attack. Oh, that's better. 23.
That hits.
And that is 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. He's looking very, very rough now. But these guys they seem to be something about them. I'll say with your proximity and your passive perception, you know there's something off about these guys. You can tell that some of the veins around their neck are purple. I mean, they almost seem like it's glowing a bit. That brings us to the knife guy. he is going to attack you with one of the knives and misses. And he's going to throw the other at Corin and hits.
Remember, Corin has 2 extra AC.
I know.
Okay.
And hits him for 4 points of piercing damage. Which means Corin has 6 HP left. That is big guy. Now shotgun guy is just gonna take out the cop that is annoying him. And rolls a natural 1, which in this case means the gun doesn't fire, but the crystal on that is housed explodes. Means that I need a dexterity saving throw from Will. And from Polik, who succeeds.
That's a 9.
You take 2 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I rolled very low damage. The guy also takes 2 points of damage as this crystal just shatters from a malfunction. And Polik succeeds, only takes 1 point of damage. Means he's at 4 HP. And that brings us to Ragnar, who once more is going to try to get a shot in. But I can't seem to roll well for him. Still can't roll well for him. Gonna be the shot. Failed both shots. And you see the Minotaur like looming over this tiny chair that he's using as a cover and trying to take pot shots, and none of them are shooting. He's basically shooting the silhouette around them, just not hitting the guy. Corin will move towards Errol and use his own first aid for another charge, and heals you for 1 point.
Thanks, babe.
You see him just place his hand on you and says, "Get up, get up, get up, get up now." That brings us to the other one who has finished moving, is now setting up. That is all they will do. Will.
Right. So, no more. Those. Oh, actually, I could do that. I think. Yeah. I know that's concentration, so I'll still need that anyway. Right, so the guy with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and hit him with one of these very hot pans that I just picked up.
Yeah, make an attack roll. You are proficient in pan fu.
I am. 23.
23, that hits.
Okay.
That will be 1d6 for the pan, and I'll say add another d4 fire damage because it is a scalding hot pan.
Right. 4 points of fire damage and 1 pan to the face damage.
You bonk him over there, bonk him in the face, and there's a moment, like a moment of silence, and then you all hear the sizzling of his face in the pan, and you go, "Ah!"
Good.
And now Polik will attempt to grapple the former shotgun guy. And succeeds by 1 because he rolled a 3 and the other guy rolled a 2. So he's got him in a grapple, and you see Polik that with his has him one hand, he's using one of the hands to pull out his handcuffs. it is RaQui. Another death save, please.
13.
That's 2 successes, 1 failure. Errol, you have 1 HP. One
yeah.
wonderful HP.
Does my husband look hurt? He does.
Yes. They're cut. They're having big cuts, and are in the moment of pulling a knife out of their forearm, out of their arm.
Is it a bonus action to use the first aid?
No, that's an action.
I tuck him under my shield, like I give him my shield.
Okay, I will tell you specifically. This will give them the shield, and you won't have it.
Yeah, and they'll
Okay.
have +2 armor.
Okay, you give them the shield.
Hopefully, it will stop him getting hurt again.
Okay.
I will use first aid on myself as an action,
Mm-hmm.
and
I would say giving the shield is a free item interaction. Just taking it off and giving them that. An action to heal yourself. You still have your bonus action and your movement.
Who's still up? Gun guy is now.
It's being grappled. They're kind of grappling there. Still active. The knife guy is still in the room. And there may be a third assailant that you don't know because
I know
someone
that
shot
there's
you
a
through a
sniper,
window.
but I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
So I'll shout out. I give my shield to my husband. I don't say anything to him. It's like an aggressive get down, stay in cover. And I just say, someone get to the doctor in the other room. And then I'll use my movement to get to knife guy and smack him.
You don't have your action to smack him.
Oh no, I used first.
You can
aid on
only
myself.
move.
I will just.
You can either heal yourself and then move, or perhaps move and attack, or move back towards the target. Move back to get to RaQui.
More concerned with my husband not getting stabbed again. Okay, I won't heal myself, and I'll just try to take the knife guy out of the room.
Okay. Since Dagobert is actively engaged with him, and you both will be flanking him, I will give you advantage on the attack.
Helps Dagobert too. Advantage 14 plus 7.
That hits.
21. D8. Oh, nice. 8 plus 3. 11 points of damage.
You bash this fucker over the head, and the knife drops, and they hit the table, and collapse on the floor. Just blood seeping from their head.
Good.
Okay. That is Errol. Dagobert. Oh, by the way, you notice that Dagobert has 2 daggers that came out of nowhere.
Not my problem right now.
Not a problem.
Right now, not the problem.
Okay. What are you doing, Dagobert?
Dagobert's like, I had this handled. And he's like, wait, is there any more?
Sniper. Can I say that for a free action?
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Sniper. Where's the sniper?
Sniper, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to rush into the corridor. Can I get to the guy who's being grappled?
Yes.
All right, get to the guy who's being grappled. And I'm going to stab him.
Go for it. You'll have a sneak attack because, well, he is engaged with what is an ally at the moment.
Natural 20.
Oh, beautiful.
Right in the gut.
That is 11 points of damage. And then bonus action, stab him again. And another natural 20.
Oh, my God. Well, this one doesn't have sneak attack.
No. And that's only 2 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, so 11th you give him a couple of nice stabs which will make it easier, for Polik to handcuff him. Because there's now blood running down his leg, like from his side, down his hips and down his leg. The cop has a moment where he gives you a disapproving look, then realizes the situation you're all in and shakes his head. Blade guy is down. Shotgun guy is gonna try draws his own dagger and is gonna stab the cop. He hits.
Does he get disadvantage if he's technically prone?
No, he's still he's not on the ground. He's grappled, but not on the ground. He's not pinned in any way. They were still in the middle of getting grappled. You need one action to grapple and then another to try pin or do anything else. It's not an automatic, grab you. This is not. He didn't put it like a pro wrestling move. No.
Sure. No, that would be helpful if he had.
No.
Oh.
And so he got hit. I remind you, Polik only has 4 HP left. So I need to roll low on this die. He takes 3 points of piercing damage. And you see Polik, the color is draining out of the hobgoblin's face, which is holding on for dear life. And that brings us to Rodnar, who is just gonna do what he can. And finally hits. And then gonna roll again. And misses. So Rodnar hits the guy for another 5 points of piercing damage, shoots him in the shoulder. Actually, I give him advantage because of the engaged allies. Yeah, that hits. Another 3. The guy with the shotgun goes down. Takes another shot. It takes 2 shots around the shoulder area and just drops him. And Polik uses, I will say, almost a free action, just handcuffs him. And we'll say he's currently dying. Now comes the other one, and I will make a nice shot. That is a 17 to hit, which hits Corin.
No.
For 7 points of piercing damage, and Corin is down. As you hear, as the window cracks and another bolt comes straight in and hits the person with the shield. And they drop.
Protecting him.
And they drop. That brings us to Will.
So, shotgun guy's gone down.
Yeah.
I have my can. I go back, spare the dying
On
Corin.
Okay.
He's just gone down. And then I head towards
The room.
the rooms.
Yeah. Though you will put you 25 feet towards the room, you would need about 10 more feet to get to RaQui.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. That then brings us to Polik, who will handcuff the suspect, and he doesn't have first aid anymore. He ran out. And he's checking the suspect, and I'm going to make a medicine check for him. Yeah, he's administering what he can of first aid to stabilize him. So they have a suspect to interrogate. That brings us to RaQui. One more death save, please.
2.
That's 2 failures and 2 successes, I think.
Yeah.
With that, Errol. Husband is down. Husband is down.
Back to my husband and hit him with first aid.
Okay.
Nope, that was not a D4. D20, not a D4. 3.
3. He comes back up.
I'm like, do not die on me today.
Who brought me here? You. He just scoots under and puts like the shield. And like, I'm not
moving from him. I'm going to stay there and just. I will hit anything that tries to get to him.
Okay. With that, with Corin, with Errol done, I mean, I don't know what Corin will be doing. They're hiding. Dagobert. You're muted again.
So where's that guy coming from? How far away is he from me at the moment?
You saw the shot coming through the window. You would need to take a look and see if you can find where the assailant is.
Yeah, nope. Hide.
Make your hide roll.
15.
15. Very good. The guy's scattergun is stabilized and unconscious. Rodnar will use his movement and his dash to go out the front door to try to pinpoint where the sniper is. He's covering one shoulder at the door looking out. Gonna make an investigation check. And it's a 16. Not enough to find the sniper. Corin hides under the table. Roll the hide. That's a natural 1. He makes such a ruckus, and you can see almost like his feet dangling out of the table. He's not very stealthy, this man.
He does have 17 AC though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a 26 to hit Errol.
Yeah. I have 1 hit point. I'm down.
You're down. Another shot comes through and hits you straight in the chest, and you rocket back out of the room.
Oh, God.
Adding more blood to another section of the carpeting.
Patches of blood.
Will.
I managed to get to RaQui's room. This time.
You move now and you get to her.
Yeah. See her on the floor. Spare the dying.
She is stable now.
Yay! Thank you.
And I'm just gonna be like, I thought you said no casualties.
Unconscious.
She's unconscious.
I know, but I'm just gonna say it, and she won't even know.
Awesome.
Woo.
Okay. That brings us to Will, with the Will done. Palik. Palik is gonna join his partner, cover him, and also look out for the sniper. He rolled a dirty 20 and does find him. And with that, Will make his shot. 16, which hits and deals 6 points of piercing damage. And I will say, since you were, well, no, none of you have enough passive perception for this. The shot fires and you just hear a grunt and then a fall, as if something is falling off a tree. RaQui, you are unconscious. Errol,
Death
save,
save.
please. Natural 1. Natural 1.
19.
Damn it.
The opposite.
Dagobert.
I know what I want to say, but it'd be slightly out of character to stab him in the face whilst he's sleeping.
I mean, the cops aren't looking.
He's gonna just stay hidden
Yep.
and sneak to his room.
On the way, make a perception check.
5.
5. You're too preoccupied to notice anything, but you're focused on where you're looking for. You do see Will has stabilized the doctor, and the way is open to your room.
Just go in my room and pick up me filaments.
Okay. I would say with your action, you could easily open it and put them all in.
All right, cool.
That is dude in the floor. Rodnar is going to take a shot. Finally, he rolls fine. And then he rolls a natural 1. So his crystal explodes and hits him.
Hit the other guy first.
So hits the sniper for max damage, 6 points. And then his crystal explodes and deals him max damage, 6 points. So he goes, doof, not yet. It's like, he shoots and then gives a warning. Stand down! And sees movement, fires again, and then just... You just hear a Minotaur curse, like, fuck! Corin is remaining hidden. I'm going to make another roll for them. This is better. It is the sniper who will retreat. And which brings us out of initiative, unless someone wants to pursue. Palik actually goes out and pursues. Rodnar is staying put with you all to cover you. But that brings us out of initiative, and you are in this shot to hell safe house.
I'm running back from RaQui's room
Okay.
to where Corin and Errol were, because I don't know my filaments are in my room.
You do know they're in your room.
Oh, did I get told that?
Yeah. And you were,
Okay.
and you all went for a moment into your rooms, and they were there on like the bedside table. But they were under a locked box.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, I can't open that because.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna continue because I'm gonna need Errol and the other police officers to unlock that box for me as far as I'm concerned. So if I see Errol on the floor still, I'm then gonna cast Further Dying on him again.
Okay. Errol, you are spared of dying.
I'm the worst.
And that's all I could do because I don't have my filaments to cast the rest of my first aid. So.
Rodnar looks at you and looks at you. He's you see his shards like peppered around his face. He goes, do you think you could bring the doctor here? Just get everyone here to this room.
I can do that, and I then go back to get RaQui, and I suppose fine.
Daggerbird
lift.
and Will, make a perception check.
Oh. Oh.
8.
24.
There is a shadow. You see a shadow in RaQui's room.
Oh, it's a good job I'm heading in there anyway. And I still have my frying pan in my hand, so I'm gonna go and hit the shadow.
Make an attack roll.
Because I don't know who that is. That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
It's 1d6 plus d4, or is it cooled down now?
I would say still D4.
Okay.
It's just been seconds. It hasn't cooled down enough.
Cool. So 4 pan damage and 3 hot damage.
Cool. You whack this individual over the head. There is a hollow sound when you hit them because you realize this person is dressed much like the others, but more the biker attire. Even has like a helmet on. And they're standing over a key and they're holding a notebook in one hand.
Not the notebook.
They turn to you and raise a weaver and just point it at the wall and cast firebolt at it. And deals 3 points of damage, and the wall is starting. Everything on the wall is starting to burn.
Your notes.
And as their movement, they're running towards the window. You get a free attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that attack opportunity. You're not leaving, dude. So that's 22 to hit.
That hits.
So again, 4 pan damage, 3 heat damage.
So close.
Oh no! Don't say
They
that.
have 1 HP left.
No.
I hear the noise coming from the room. So I dash in there. See the Will is fighting someone.
I would
So
say
I'm
when
gonna go-
you get to the room, when you move towards the room, the figure is already at the window.
Can I get closer if I dashed?
Throw it.
I will say since all of this took place in one turn, I'll give you a chance to get close.
Okay, so I dash up to him, and then I'm going to try and stab him.
You get
Sneak
one attack. It won't be sneak attack though. Just
Okay. 17.
does not hit. The sniper has a lot more armor padding on them. Their AC is 19. You slash and hit, and you contact with the back of the jacket, and it feels like you're hitting like a leather armor. In fact, your knife kind of scrapes part of it, but it doesn't cut deep. And they just jump out the window and start running into the night. Do you pursue?
No.
Turning around, you both see that the notes that RaQui has spread all around the walls, her detective's board, so to speak, is on fire. The fire is spreading.
Can I use, because I'm a fire genasi, can I try and control that? I don't know if that's something I'm able to do.
Your fire genasi, you should have control flame as an innate spellcasting ability.
So see, it doesn't say. It just says like that I know the produce flame cantrip.
Oh no, you have produced flame then.
Yeah,
Let's-
but that doesn't really. No, it's like produce flame. It didn't. I can dismiss it.
Let's see real quick. Yeah, you can only create a small fire, but I would say you could try to smother the flames. You can easily smother them, but it just won't deal you any damage. So yeah, you smother the flames out, but you can say a good, let's say a fair chunk of the notes have gone down. All the strings have burnt off, and let's say RaQui has lost some notes.
But it's better to save as much as I can, right?
Yeah, you saved a fair amount.
Yeah. Fucking. God damn it. I escaped. And once I've saved that room, I'm like, Dagobert, can you help me with RaQui?
What are we doing?
Bringing her to the dining room.
I look down there.
I don't want to just drag her.
Is she healed?
She's stable, but unconscious.
I cast first aid on her
Okay?
and heal for 2. Does that
RaQui,
help?
RaQui, you open your eyes. And the first thing you notice is the acrid smell of smoke. Then you notice that the part of the wall is burned along with your evidence. And then you check, you don't have your notebook.
Where's my notebook?
Some guy went and took it. They just literally escaped. I tried. I couldn't. They set your notes on fire. I figured it was more important saving these than going after the guy.
What? And you just let the guy go with my notebook? That's like my life's work in that notebook.
No, I didn't. I actually hit him quite a bit. I hit him quite a bit. This guy missed him.
I tried, but you guys treated me like a suspect. Why would I chase after him?
I don't even.
I'm literally this close to death, and I'm not running into the dark after some shady guy.
I'm
Yeah,
exactly
shady
the same.
guy. And that notebook had the opportunity to stop whoever is trying to attack us. You guys just don't understand. And with that, she's just going to have a meltdown. Like,
Okay, come with me. You need to go speak to the one of the cops. They were chasing after someone, and don't you have backups?
you don't have backups against people like this.
Don't have safe houses against people like this, apparently.
Come on, I'm gonna help RaQui. Like, come on, we're going. We go to the main dining room, to where the others are.
Is Errol still down? I'm gonna
As you come to the front, you notice that someone has joined your little get-together. At the front is Palik talking to a man who has just come through the front door. He looks elven, like dark. You would say, when you say someone has like olive skin, that tone of that skin tone. Strangely, though, they seem to have crystals growing out of their skin. Like they have like almost like diamonds growing out of their jaw, making it look like a beard, and their hair looks like just made of prisms. And they are dressed in this crystalline ruby armor, and are floating just above the floor. And they're talking to the turn and says, "So these are your charges. Intriguing. Fear not, our colleagues are following your partner and will provide backup. Your captain contacted us because we were close at hand, but your official backup will arrive soon." And he just floats towards Errol and I'll cast. Errol, you heal for 8 points of damage. And he just stretches his hand and this almost like multicolored, like rainbow glow comes over you. And he says, "Rise."
I straight away go looking for Corin.
Corin is still on the table and says, "Is it safe to come out?"
I just like pull him to me, and I stay on the floor with him, but I just hold on to him.
The individual goes, "Is everyone accounted for?"
There's another guy who has escaped. He was in RaQui's room. He took her notebook, which I believe is very important.
I will communicate this. And he just presses almost like a button on the arm and goes, update. Another suspect or the same have a notebook in their possession. Possible evidence, retrieve and bring back. There. My agents will do their best to find this notebook.
They literally left moments ago. So they
And
might be in the
there is
area.
a good chance we will apprehend them.
Do I recognize the armor at all?
Make a history check. In fact, all of you who may be seeing him can make a history roll.
19,
19.
I think. I don't think
7,
there's any
so
minuses.
definitely not.
No minuses.
Natural
8.
20
Ooh, nice. And Dagobert?
+4.
8.
8. So, Errol, thing you know immediately is that this is a Corinian. Once upon a time, Corinians were a kind of an elven nation, but over time they kind of evolved into their own thing, and they are elven-like in terms of, certain physical traits are still elven, but they are partially crystalline. Like they are part flesh, part crystal. In fact, it's something that's known about Corinians is that on the moment of death, unless it's natural causes, they revert to a crystal. They turn into basically a gem and are reborn from that gem after a time. So they essentially are a race that has a built-in receptacle for their souls. And of course, they're very, very, very magical. With your natural 20, you know, RaQui, you know that Kareen is the birthplace of the Kriskar weapons. Like everything that is involved in crystalline weapons and crystal weapon research comes from there. And you actually recognize this individual. Because out of Carinians, especially Maru, he is more or less famous. His name is Timothy, like Timothy with a B. Timothy Longdawn. And he is a captain in the Seekers Guild. In other words, he is a licensed adventurer. He turns to look at Palik and says, our forces will remain until your backup arrives. Though I would suggest a different safe house be located. Palik says, I think the same thing. I mean, figured this place was safe, but damn, didn't even last a night. He takes the shotgun guy and drags him to the living room. While then go secure the knife assailant, though that one is most definitely dead. So it kind of pulls the tablecloth and puts it over them. Now that you're awake, is there anything you guys want to do?
I'm going to put the frying pan back where it came from.
Okay.
But I'm going to wash it first because it's probably got a bit of...
It's got a bit of blood, but the blood is now cooked with...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hygienic.
Yeah. If you were to use this in a restaurant, you would have some hygiene issues.
Exactly. So I'm going to do my best to get rid of that. Although, no, the guy's there. So, yeah, the other guy was wearing a helmet. Yeah, that's fine. Of all evidence.
Yeah, you have parts of the you have like flecks of skin from the guy you hit in the face with this.
Yeah.
Where the skin got cooked.
Yep. But he's being interrogated, so they don't need to identify him. He's there. So, just wash the pan. Be like, anyone hungry? I'm kind of missed after that.
More the people. I think Corin looks at you and says, "I'm sorry. I think I've lost my appetite."
Anyone else?
You got any apples?
I could check the fridge.
There are indeed apples. There's pink lady apples.
I go and get an apple and throw it to you.
I catch it, clean my knife off, and then start peeling the apple with my combat knife.
Slits a bit of blood here and there. Nothing too bad.
First.
Oh, is someone able to unlock the box for my filaments in, please?
Oh yeah, I'll take care of that. Polika arrives and just it's like a combination box. And the combination is big hair. And hands it to you.
Thank you. These would have been useful.
Sorry. Person of interest in investigation. We had to take measures, but now, well.
That's fine.
I think it's best if you keep them.
Completely understand.
I'm just gonna slink back into my room and start putting what's left of my research and life's work back together.
You look at the wall and you notice that many of your notes are still there, but the part they kind of fired on focused a lot on the evidence you had gotten from some of those strange crime scenes. Like, for example, some of the first crime scenes you had seen with the Ashen figures and your initial notes of those investigations, which were very comprehensive. That bit of the wall has been removed.
Okay.
Anything else? Anyone want to investigate anything?
The knife guy.
Yeah.
When I hit him, would I have seen those weird purple veins?
I would say since you just rushed in and just hit him on the back of the head, no. But I mean, both this individual and the one with the shotgun are there, and right now they're evidence.
If I can look at them without going further than arm's reach from my husband, I'll look at them.
You will
If
need to
not,
get
nothing.
further than arm's reach from your husband to actually do your job. This is not something you can do. Yeah, that's fine. No.
I bamf my warhammer away, but I leave the shield.
Okay.
You can keep it. And I very slowly move over to work mode and try to look over this body for anything.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Can I call one of the others over to help me, like one of the other police officers?
Polik is a bit busy right now, just keeping an eye open and basically keeping vigil, basically.
Roll well. Or not. 13.
13. You roll this guy over, you notice the purple veins immediately. There's still, some of them are still purple, but perhaps because, blood flow has ceased, they're kind of turning black now. And with a 13, I'll also tell you, there is something glittery in an inner jacket pocket.
I'm gonna pull it out.
It is a small bag with a purple dust.
Oh Jesus! Not the person to touch this. Do I recognize it? Is it something I would know as Errol?
I'll say make an Arcana roll.
Oh Jesus! Oh, natural 20.
Errol,
That's so dumb.
Errol, you know what this is. You know perfectly what this is because long time ago you went through hell and back to stop taking this thing. Moment you see it and you realize what it is, there is a flash to you and 4 friends baked out of your minds on this thing, which is a combination of several magical reagents, some herbs, and pixie dust. And it is literally called pixie dust on the streets. It is supposed it's supposed to give you, well, a rush, as most drugs can tend to do. It also tends to fill people with like a random magical effect, even like the ability to cast magic. You remember when you did it, you never got like the magic buff. You did get the very addictive high though. Because it does feel you, it fills people with a sense of euphoria and almost like wonder.
It's a momentary like panic of juggling it, like, oh no, but doesn't drop it, and then just takes it straight to Rotnar.
Rotnar is not there. Rotnar went after the suspect.
I thought Palik went after the suspect.
No, Palik is the one keeping vigil inside.
Okay. In which case, take it over to Palik, and I just give it to him, and I'm like, found this on Knife Guy. That is pixie dust.
You put your hands all over it? What the fuck are you thinking, Errol?
I was trying to find what was going on.
Put on some fucking gloves. This is a crime scene now.
Oh, up on some gloves, and I go to check the other guy to see if he's got the same thing.
Detective.
I'm rattled to hell right now.
Fine. Take a breath, and then if you're going to investigate, we need to do this properly. If we get our hands in, we contaminate the crime scene, means we can catch him. Sorry, wrong voice. If you did the thing, if you do it wrong, we won't be able to catch him. Okay? I know you rattle. I know your husband's there, but come on, man.
I go check out the other guy properly, and if I find the same thing, I don't touch it this time. So there's no.
Okay. RaQui, what will you do anything? Help or cut someone open?
So maybe, who knows? So I'm gonna kind of like snap out of it and realize that my notebook's gone. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm gonna have to start again. So I have some of my stuff on me. So I want to try and see whether or not I can collect any like blood samples, fingerprints.
I would say you don't have your equipment on you. You only have your usual assortment of, knives and stuff.
I've got
But
a
you
couple
don't-
of test tubes in my pocket. Can I use one of those?
I would say no, because I would say those are more or less broken now, because you did fall on them.
Okay. I am going to go back out and sort of, try to see what I can find as well.
Okay, I would say
Particularly-
one of you, if you're both looking at this same suspect, the one handcuffed, one of you
I'll
choose who's
assist.
going to be the main investigator, and the other will provide aid and give advantage.
I'll assist. I'm rattled,
You'll assist. Okay.
but I glove up this time.
Okay, so I'm going to investigate then.
Yep.
With Errol's assistance. Oh, nice. 22.
22. On their person, you find 2 more crystals of those that will go on his scatter gun housing. Basically, shotgun reloads.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, you also find another pocket with the same purple dust that Errol found, or this one, very little of it remaining. And with the 22, he is wearing something else under the jacket, a vest that has this swirling multicolored patterns of like butterflies.
Recognize that.
Also, you take off the glasses that they are wearing and look through them, and it's basically a heads-up display. The glasses literally they're Google glasses, basically. They provide like an augmented reality thing, and it has a list of targets. And the list of targets is everyone in the room. And though main objective says destroy or capture notes. Secondary objective, eliminate witnesses.
So I'm gonna.
And of course, you find keys for a bike.
So I'm just going to communicate that to Errol and the other police, and also Timothy as well, just so that they know that the purpose was to get the notebook or destroy it and the other notes. So it really is important if we can try and get it back. And their secondary objective was to kill us.
It is understood. I will join the hunt. And he just floats out of the house and leaves. Blake looks outside, closes the door, locks it, says, "Okay, everybody away from any windows. Let's go into the kitchen." Everyone sorted.
Still,
I'm seeing sirens are coming. We're gonna have all surround protection for now before we move you again somewhere else.
I hand everybody a glass of water to try and calm their nerves.
The police says,
I've already had
"Police says,
couple-
no, thank you, ma'am." And he just opens the cabinet under the sink and pulls out a bottle of scotch.
I
He says,
thought
"I'm
that-
officially off duty now."
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I thought when you're on duty, okay, that's fine. Yep. Had everyone else water, and then I eat a stack of pancakes that I've just made.
As always, the first pancake is wonky. Every other
Okay.
pancake is perfect.
I'm just gonna eat those pancakes and just be like, well, that was interesting.
And as you sit there for a moment, drinking and eating pancakes and coming down from the adrenaline of this current encounter, we're going to take our 10-minute break. So we'll be back in 10 with the rest of our story. For now, just go get a drink, stretch your legs, and come back and watch them suffer a bit more. We'll see you in a bit.
Sure.
And we're back. So you've all had a chance to relax, calm down, and take a break, and thus a short rest. Sitting in the kitchen, sitting on the sofa, putting furniture and everything back together. Police or the other police arrive and are basically cordoning off the house and keeping an eye out. Rodnar returns about half an hour later, sweating profusely, and just goes, "Got run out. Couldn't catch up. But the Seekers are following up, so, we'll likely hear something tomorrow or in a few days. Apologies, Doctor, but couldn't catch up to the person."
It's okay. I wasn't expecting it to be recovered anyway. It's worth a try.
Well, this is a fine mess. I think for now we're gonna go back to Police HQ, and from there we'll see where we can put you.
Is the police HQ going to be safe? Because this was meant to be.
It's gonna be safer than this place.
Okay.
At least until we'll figure out how they found us.
Has anyone got any bugs on them? I mean, that's what secret agents have, right? Bugs.
We checked the vehicles that we used coming here for that. Nothing like it. And, well, if you would all allow me to check you over, we could figure out if any of you have anything that is being tracked.
Yeah, just don't get lost in my hair.
That'll take a while.
You never know what you might find in
Okay,
there.
I will roll an investigation check. On Will, he rolls a 17. Takes a while on the hair. A long while on the hair. But finds nothing. Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Finds nothing on RaQui. Who's next?
Dagobert will go next.
Finds absolutely nothing on Dagobert that Dagobert doesn't want found. Does Dagobert hide the daggers once more?
No.
There's nothing here. And
Find them.
yep. I'm guessing Errol's next.
Yeah, and I'll assist.
Oh, okay, cool. A finds nothing on you. If they didn't, there's nothing. If they didn't track you, they somehow must have followed us, but that's, we'll check cameras and see if anyone followed the vehicles, though we double and triple checked, took different routes, took the longest way around to avoid anyone following us.
Also, wasn't there like 3 decoys as well?
Yes.
So, does anyone want to enlighten us on what's actually going on?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If I knew much more than I do.
Well, we know nothing. All we know is...
I wasn't told either. I was told it's better to know less.
Yeah, I don't
Now I'm
think I
annoyed.
believe that. Not
As-
many people storm a safe house.
I'm sorry, yes, I'm sorry, folks. I was just instructed to keep you all safe.
Errol will look dead at RaQui though and say, "That vest though."
Yeah, that's something that we definitely need to follow up.
We saw them at the factory.
It's that volunteer group that come and help. Starlings. Fans of, is it Horin Starlight?
What, the
She's
virtual
just
idol?
Yeah, his followers wear those weird vests with the swirling butterflies.
Yeah, you see them everywhere. Really do. The big, they do a lot of volunteer work, charity work. Colleague goes, they're fucking creepy. That's what they are.
They are weird.
Yeah, and then they burst through safe houses with shotguns.
Yeah,
Surely it's gotta be
that's weird. And I got nothing. I mean, I will say they're kind of big, and I mean, you saw it on the papers, right, Errol? Next month they're making their big fan thing. I mean, the idol. They're making it an official citizen.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
That's weird. I mean, it's a marketing ploy, of course, but that's weird.
Starfly, that's their name, right? I just... And then there's this mess, whatever. The bike helmet seems familiar.
Who was the floating guy?
You don't know?
He's a Corinian.
He's one of the local Seekers Guild. I mean, like, you know what... I mean, everyone knows what the Seekers Guild is, so I need to explain that. He's just one of the locals. Has a pretty good relationship with the captain, so he comes and helps whenever he can. Unlike other governments, we kind of work with the guild on and off. No one even needs to even roll. Seekers Guild is basically an international organization of licensed adventurers. They're basically volunteers going out, doing, fighting the good fight. But they're completely independent. They don't belong to any country, any other organization. And they are more or less like, they're an independent body. Different governments have different relationships with them, but you can at least find one guild office in every major city. Not all of them, but in most. They usually take care of, little tasks by people, things that the police normally don't do or don't get to. They take care of it. And they make a pretty penny.
Interesting. Okay.
Can I start searching through all of the drawers in the dining room? I'm looking for a blank notebook.
Make an investigation check.
21.
You find a stack of post-it notes.
That will do. I'm just going to start jotting down some stuff.
Okay.
Errol's gonna sheepishly just look at the two civilians and say, "Look, things have clearly gone to shit. And Dagobert, you especially, fully leveling with you off the record here." And he'll give a look at Manny. Manny Palik.
Yeah.
Who's in the room? Him
Manny and Ragnar too.
and Rotnell. I just like look at them like this is off the rails.
They
say-
both take their Scotch glasses and go into the dining room.
And I'll just he'll hold his like giant hand out at you and just say, look, whatever I think about why you were at the factory, I don't think you're involved in this mess. Please don't prove me wrong, but you're a large reason that we got out of there, and I'm pretty sure all of you are a big reason as to Corin still being here. So I want to say thank you.
At that moment, there is a knock on the door. You're muted again.
2 knives appear in Dagobert's hand.
Yeah, I summon my hammer back. Just I go open the door.
Ragnar just looks, is about like to drink, goes, God damn it. Puts the glass down, goes, pierces through the little thing on the door, turns and looks at you, Errol. You go and shakes his head and just opens the door and steps the fuck away. Through
like,
the
"What?"
door comes in high heels and basically a business suit, like power suit, comes a burning red tiefling woman stomping through. She has a look on her face that there's no dice involved needed. You immediately tell this is a don't fuck with me look on their face. And she steps in, looks at the 2 detectives, gives them a curt nod, detectives, walks through the living room towards the kitchen, and says, Corin, come with me. Corin is there, puts like the shield down, and is standing right in the middle of, on one side, Errol, on the other side, Errol's mother. I have a place where you can be safe, considering the police is, as always, and looks straight at you, Errol, says, useless. Corin's like, are you sure? Says, yes. You're an important researcher and we need you back at work. We have a safe facility for that, so come with me. Corin, it doesn't know what to do.
I just move. I hug him. Errol hugs him, kisses him, and just says, go be safe.
Are you sure?
Please be safe.
Okay. And he goes and heads for the door. He does move by Will and it just like grabs your arm, gives it a little squeezes. We'll talk later.
Yeah, it was lovely to meet you. Can I take your number so that we can talk right now?
Ask Errol.
I will half follow behind them, and once we're outside, I'll shout for my mother.
Once Corin's outside, your mother whirls and slaps you and says, I am very disappointed, and turns around and leaves.
What else is new?
And the woman storms out.
Errol goes to say something else to her, but just thinks better of it and just goes back indoors.
Outside is a limo. Corin is stepping onto the limo, just wide-eyed and clear, uncomfortable look on their face. Outside standing is a Goliath. in pretty much like a turtleneck sweater, baggy pants, sandals, with an extremely chill and relaxed, and just waves across, just go in. And looks at you, looks at your mother, and gives you both a shake and gets into the limo.
Well, they're safe. But I come back in.
You were going to say something?
Nope. Think better of it. I clock that he's there too and nod to myself like, okay, they're fine. Because he didn't respond, so he's good.
Yeah. You clearly see that the police open a path for your mom. Just like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
And she goes into the limo and it drives away. As you come back in, Rodden has like a glass of scotch waiting for you. Like, want to talk about it?
He very pointedly looks at the scotch and is like, no. And he walks away.
Okay, he drinks it himself.
Just sits down and is like, you know what? Thank you for helping. That's the end of before we were interrupted. That was all. That was everything. Go sit in the corner with his head in his knees.
Ricky is going to ask, who was that delight?
He just looks up and is like, oh, that's my mother.
Huh.
As you can see, I'm very well looked after, favorite son of a... You know when people say things like, you must have had a great life and not wanted for anything. And that could be true, except no, apparently I'm incapable of doing anything right.
Huh. I'm just going to go back to my post-it notes now.
I'm off duty. You know what? I don't care. And he just sits and reaches for an apple.
After a little while, and the door just opens, and in walks your captain.
Great.
He comes in and says, Blake, Ragnar, fill me in. Errol, get your ass over here.
Somebody's in trouble.
Sounds like he's always in trouble.
I like his mum.
I don't. She's a bit too
Intense.
snoopy.
He goes towards the cat. He goes towards them. Police huddle. What
Yes,
about the
okay,
doctor?
fill me in. What the fuck happened?
Give her the whole rundown.
Fine. Well, there's a hole somewhere. We need to plug it. In the meantime, because I have no other choice, I've asked the mayor and the commissioner to pull some strings for me. I'm transferring you to the Seekers Guild. That place is a fortress. And they can handle this a lot more without wasting police resources. At least for a couple more days. At least for the civilians only. Errol, I want you following leads.
On it.
We'll do that tomorrow. Anything that you've gotten from the interrogations, from the investigation, I need you to follow up on it and find out how they found you here and why they want notes or anything.
Are we in another room or are we still...
You're basically in the dining room.
Okay, we know this group is dangerous and we have absolutely nothing on them.
She
at
goes
some
to the living room and says,
point still-
"Doctor, if you will."
Come in. I scootle along.
She moves you all back to the back of the dining room as far away as they can from the civilians.
I'm going to go to my room.
Okay.
Obviously, it's
Dagobert, make a perception check.
$17.
As soon as Will leaves, and you're basically the last person in the living room kitchen area, the TV turns on, and you just see the three letters on the screen say OLO. They flash for a moment, and then the image changes to a floor plan of this house and the position of every cop around it and possible exit ways.
Yeah, this is shady as shit. I know someone who could possibly do this who's on my side. But as I find out, there's quite a few people who might be able to do this who just want me dead.
As it goes, you see just there's the image flickers, and the only thing that remains on the TV for a little bit is the image of like a little gnome running on a rock. And then it shuts down.
Where's the nearest escape?
It is in the bathroom through a window.
I'm going to the bathroom.
As you're all in the dining room, the captain says, "Okay, I'm going to level with you and tell you." And the doctor will be able to confirm some of this because she has been investigating this far longer. Do you know anything about the Quiet, Errol?
I don't know. Do I know anything about
Make a
the
history
Quiet?
check. DC 20.
3.
Never heard of it.
No, not at all.
Never heard of it. You know your local organizations, your local gangs, but that's it. You're a local guy.
I mean, I've been a detective for like what, a year, 2 years? Not been.
For a little longer. She goes, well, there are many organizations out there, criminal, secret, anything. There's a group we call the Quiet. We don't know if that's their name. That's kind of the name everyone gives them. To give it a name, they're an assassin's guild. And they're called the Quiet because they make no noise, they leave no evidence. There's nothing to trace back to them. They come and go and disappear. The only thing that has ever been found that is a common trait are the piles of ash they seem to disappear in. They're highly secretive. And again, no one's ever captured or even fought and engaged one of them. They're very dangerous.
And that's the guy. That's Biros. Or not Biros.
Did you ever? I'm guessing it's a fake name, but did you find anything else on that Biros?
Oh shit! Before I got shot, RaQui said you saw something fly into that vat, right? we have a theory that it's some kind of an electronic device or a module reader. Is that what you said, Ricky?
Yes.
I was going to ask Corin, but then, well, he's not here now.
Rodra says we didn't. I've checked the evidence. We haven't found anything like that in any vat, anything in the factory.
I don't know, and we didn't get a chance to search the factory because there was a bomb in my car.
Yeah, on the captain says yes. On that, bomb squad got back to us. It was a decoy. It was not an actual bomb.
Oh, that makes me feel slightly better. But not really, because that means that, well, either way, it was still a targeted thing. They knew who I was.
Anything else that you found out about this suspect?
Dagobert, the other suspect. So he knew Biros, but they don't think that the man... He doesn't think that the man that was actually there is the real Biros, as the contact himself. I gave his address, the real Biros, well, they might be the same person. I gave Biros's address to you, and I think I gave it to Manny, didn't I? Or someone.
No, the only thing you got was his surname. You didn't get any address.
I thought Dagobert gave me an address. Hang on.
No, he gave you a name.
Oh yeah, it gave me a last name, and I'd said to look for an address.
Yep.
Have we gotten anywhere on that?
Sorry, man. We came straight here to the safe house.
That's the next thing to check. Find out whether he's alive, dead, the same person or not. The guys that were here were wearing the same, the Starfly vests, the Starling vests, and they were swarming all over the place at the factory.
Yes, I'll follow up on those. With the impending citizenship thing, there's a lot of political movements with Lauren Starlight and the followers. I'll find the chapter house or something that we can send you to poke, but it needs to be handled delicately.
For the record, it's my opinion that these two civilians are in a huge amount of danger, and they ought to know what we've just discussed. At least something.
That is negative. It's a need-to-know basis, and right now they don't. Right now, the only thing we need is keep them safe enough until we can confirm at least the Miss Soul's accounts, at which point we will be handing her over. We'll be giving her a nice ticket, either for a teleport pad or a night's flight back home, and leave her for fellow authorities to handle.
I didn't do a very good job of keeping them safe.
That is for another time, Errol. I will give you one time you weren't paranoid enough. I'll give you one. For now, pack your shit. We're going back to HQ. We'll stay there overnight, and then the next day, we'll have you escort everyone to the Seekers Guild.
Yeah.
And from there, you can follow your...
Yeah, we'll do that. Let me go let them know to get ready to leave. I go see if I can find the civilians.
Very good.
Ricky's just going to speak to the captain quickly and just say, sorry, Captain. Just do you know if Alderrees has finished his examination of the crime scene yet at the factory?
You would need to contact them. I have a report, so I have received a report. Haven't really have a time to go through it because this mess happened. But you can call them. They should be able to send you any of their findings.
Okay. Ricky's going to go and make that phone call to Alderrees.
Alderrees picks up. Yes?
Alderrees, it's Ricky.
Oh,
have
Doctor, so glad to hear you. And so glad to hear you are safe.
I am. Are you okay?
I am quite well.
How have you gotten on with your preliminary findings? Have you put the report together yet?
Yes. The only thing that I can confirm that the removal of the mana regulator and the opening of the security valves created a massive magical distortion in the area, which made certain reagents in the laboratories, react, which resulted in the creation of these kooky oozes and chocolate undead. There's very little to identify with the remains. Their very genetic structure has become chocolate, though there are traces of human, but not enough to actually identify anyone. Though we do have a list of employee records, and we're using those to at least determine who was on shift and who would be, deceased. There is a particular strong magic signature in the Starbits vat, which would indicate that a strong magical phenomena happened in it, which, according to your testimony, would correspond to the construct that was created from it, though as of yet I have not been able to determine the cause of this magical reaction.
Okay.
I will say though, I have gone thoroughly over the casing of the mana regulator, and I can confirm that whatever was inside of it was not industry standard. It emits a rather powerful magical signature, more powerful than I have seen in any industrial item to date.
Okay, thank you. Can you keep chasing with Mordecor to see if you can get the information on what was inside that casing? And if you get any more information,
I have followed up with the legal department. Mordecor has sent forward a set of specifications that, in my opinion, do not match anything that we saw with the regulator. So I am trying to get some pressure for some real or the true specifications to be sent forth.
Okay. If you get your hands on them, can you send them over to me
Will
as soon
do.
as you get them?
Just be sure to stay safe, Doctor.
Thank you. She just says goodbye.
Okay, and he hangs up. Hey, anyone else does anything? Dagobert, are you leaving?
I want to find him and Will, but whether I
you're
find
muted.
him or not is
You muted.
Still muted?
No.
Yeah, Dagobert's going to be an idiot and leave through the window.
Okay, I'll say make an athletics check.
Uh, 12.
Okay, I will say you're climbing up the window, but you're not being particularly swift about it. Let's say it's a kind of high window, so you're kind of clambering on. So I'm going to give Errol a chance to catch you in the act. So I'm going to say, Errol, make an investigation check.
+3. Oh, I rolled a 13, so that's 16.
You come looking for him. You hear some weird noises coming from the bathroom. Kind of crack open the door, kind of nervous of interrupting someone, and basically see Dagobert feet, like half body already out the window.
I just go, come on, man. Don't look guilty.
Dagobert's going to try and wiggle like for right out the window.
I'm just going to grab him.
I would say making opposed athletics checks.
I'm good at that. $21.
Yeah, I can't beat that. Could I try acrobatics? Would that work?
I would say, yeah, I'll allow it.
Go on, fall if I miss you.
22.
Oh! You go to grab the ankle, and he just twists in me like twists his body and flips out of the window.
I'll just radio. Suspect on the run has left the window. There's police everywhere, man.
Dagobert, you land outside, and immediately you just hear people moving. Though you are in a shadowed part outside of the house.
I will keep my eyes on him and just continuously update where he is.
I'm going to hide.
Okay.
No, I'm not going
I
to
will
be able
say
to find him.
I will have you roll this one with disadvantage because Errol is actively watching you.
He's a rogue, man.
22.
Oh. Errol, I will have you make a perception check to see if he can get away from your sight.
Wait, I'll add my perception 0. So that is 6.
You have an eye on Dagobert, and he just zigzags. He's gone.
I've lost him. Last scene here.
You hear from the dining room. For fuck's sake, Errol!
Like, man, climb down the fucking wall.
Dagobert, you are running. You're moving swiftly, and you just hear the hum of a Chris-Cart pistol as you hear someone say, "It's just freeze, dirtbag." Natural 20 on the perception check. And you come and you see an elven police officer, a woman, just with a pistol trained on you. She's got she's a wood elf with like shoulder length hair, part of it like bangs coming over her face, and he's a uniformed cop. Just has the gun trained on you.
I just give up.
She says, hands behind your back.
Yeah, I follow her instructions.
She cuffs you and walks you right back to the house.
They come down the stairs, and I'm like, I was even rooting for this guy. I really wanted him to. Nope, should have just followed my instincts. I knew he was lying to me, and I still thought maybe he doesn't have anything to do with this mess.
This mess is your mess. This is supposed to be a safe house. You can't even keep yourself safe. You're hiding shit. We know you're hiding shit. We're in deep here, and you can't even keep yourself safe, let alone us. Why should I trust you when we know nothing about what's going on? Because you're hiding it.
So look at the captain, and I'm like, that's what I'm dealing with.
The captain is looking at you very annoyed, Errol. She turns to the officer and says, Officer Linebow, exemplary as always. And says, thank you, ma'am. And she just turns around and leaves the house.
I would like to take everything off of Dagobert. I want his daggers and his fucking phone and all of his modules. I want everything.
Because it's Dagobert and Dagobert hides shit on his person, I will give Dagobert a chance to make a sleight of hand to hide anything he wants to hide.
I'm just going to try and hide the dagger again.
I know he's got 2 daggers on him.
You don't know if I've got them on me now.
I'm going to assume that you do. This is the most paranoid man in the world, and I'm going to get I want everybody to help me. I don't want to do this.
So I got 21 and 8.
Make an investigation check with advantage, Errol.
It's going to go poorly with advantage, yeah. Well, that's a 1, so anything is better now. Oh. Hang on. 17 plus 3, 20.
You find everything. You find everything except the last dagger.
Do I also find that fucking module that he had, the module reader?
I would
No, because
say.
I've not got it on me.
Oh, did you put it somewhere?
It's in my room still.
I would say no. Actually, you hid that on yourself.
Yeah,
last
you had
time.
it. You hid it.
Last time you hid it on yourself. You took it out of the backpack and put it on yourself.
And all of your backpack stuff was in the room in the safe, and you didn't take anything out of the safe until now.
And I think that if I don't, I'll actually, because I don't remember the role, I will allow you to make a sleight of hand again for the module reader.
10.
You find the module reader on Dagobert. I think his check was if I'm not mistaken, 22, but I can't be certain. So, and besides, I will say with the jostling of the fight and everything, it allows for a new.
And I'd like to say I do everything with gloves because I did say I wanted to get help and things, so he would have done this all in front of the captain as well.
So you pull everything except the second dagger, and you pull out the module reader. The idea you don't know what it is. I mean, make a tech roll.
Oh, wait, what is tech? Is that what?
It's a new skill.
Yeah, but is it
intelligence? Yeah, it's a knowledge skill.
11.
It is a very old school, before the time module readers were integrated with Weaver technology. This is the kind of thing you use for one-off modules. It is literally just a reader for a module. It's fairly archaic, but still in some places in use because it's convenient and cheap.
I glance at RaQui because we were just talking about this. And I put everything into like onto the side as like evidence. This is now evidence. All of these things are evidence as he's running from the
Your captain clocks the thing. What's that?
module reader, ma'am.
Right. Any relevance?
Possibly. We were just talking about the object that was thrown and our theories that RaQui and I had tossed back and forth. This is a module reader.
Send it to forensics and find out what the module is and where it came from. As for you, Mr. Swiftfoot, where did you acquire this item?
Find it at the factory.
And you did not think of giving it to us as evidence?
No.
Right. Well, since you were holding evidence, and actually holding evidence, I know just the place where you can spend the night. Now pack everything up. Let's go.
Can I just ask the captain if I can take a quick look at the module reader before it gets sent to forensics?
She hands it over to you.
Okay. Just an investigation check, yeah.
Yep.
19.
It's an old school module reader. It allows for a single module, with the equivalent of a single slot item for you. It still has the module in the slot. You pop the module. It has no tags, no name on it, nothing. It's almost like an SD card without any identifier. So you don't know what it does.
I'm just going to say to the captain, warn the forensic lab to be very careful because the module's not labelled. And if this is what we think it is, it's what caused the biggest of the issues that we faced at the factory.
Our forensics team can handle it. They basically bag and tag it and take it away. And you are all taken back to police headquarters to spend the night. You have your long rest. Daggerbird, you're put in a cell.
Not the first time. Won't be the last. He goes to sleep.
The next day, you are escorted, including Daggerbird, because even though he's shady as shit, he is still a person of interest and does require some protection for now. Especially because he's now just elevated himself to suspect.
Was rooting for you, was on your side.
And you're escorted to the Seekers Guild. It is a tall building, more or less like 5-floor building, completely square, like in downtown Boisé, and has a big plaque with like cursive writing, Seekers Guild. And just people coming and going, like a lot of foot of people coming in, seekers going out. You arrive and you find a nice wood, like hardwood floored, like wood panels on the walls, white wall of the wood panels, like white walls, room, like hallway that leads to an open area with a lot of like blackboards and billboards and just boards where people put in requests. And on the side, there is like a countertop a computer and a person behind the counter that acts as the receptionist. And you see this almost looks like a robot from the movie iRobot, like very white, but more not so skeletal, more full body. It has like a full contour, actual muscles, but they're made of a mix of this almost like plasticish looking substance and steel. And this is a modern day soul forged. What you can see, he has a green and pink striped high collar shirt with like four of the buttons done, almost as if it were like exposing chest. Very flamboyant. And he's behind the counter, just typing on the computer. Says, yes, the ones that are sent from the police headquarters. Come in. We have your rooms prepared. Just can you come here and allow me to take down your details so we can perfectly have records of you? So I have a doctor here. Will you need Dr. RaQui MriTtyur? Who is that?
That's me.
Very well. I've been told you are medical examiner. We have a lab that you could use if you require it. Though.
Oh, wonderful.
We do sometimes help out, and we have been instructed that you are not just to stay here protected, but that you would likely be working in some capacity. So we have that,
absolutely,
and we can, and I will guide you there myself in a bit. Now I have a will-o-wisp soul.
She kind of grimaces a bit and is like, "Yes."
Very well. We have a room prepared for you. The next is a Dagobert Swiftfoot.
Yeah.
We have a secure room for you, with the lock and key outside as per police headquarters instructions. Whatever did you do?
Tried to run away from the death trap they called a safe house.
Well, you're now in another safer house. And last, Detective, and he looks at you, Errol. Ramanesh.
Me.
He looks at you and goes, are you related to Karamir Ramanesh by any chance?
Yes, I am.
You look like him, but that's another story. We have your room prepared as well, if you need it. Though we are told that your stay here is more voluntary than the others for now.
I'll be here. I'm working. Thank you for the...
You are free to stay, and you are... I will only ask you that you do not leave without authorization from either a senior member of the guild or the police. That goes doubly for you, Mr. Swiftfoot. Other than that, all areas of the building are open to you, including the pocket planes and adjacent dimensions. The training hall is open, as is the library. So if you require anything from the library, you just go in and ask for the head librarian, Master Gleamscale. And if you will follow me, I will guide you to rooms. And he steps around the counter, and you see that the green and pink, super flamboyant high neck shirt is accompanied by stark white bell-bottom pants. So this man is ready for disco. He goes up, guides you to a set of stairs, goes up a couple of floors, and you find rooms with your names on them. And he says, Mr. Swiftfoot, a moment, if you will. They kneel before you and clasp a little anklet around your ankle. Says, this will prevent you from leaving the building.
Yay.
It is for your safety.
That's what they said when they took us to the other safe house.
Well,
What
I can
did you
promise you
do?
that nothing will happen in here.
That's what they said at the other safe house.
What did you do?
Tried to get away
Why?
because we almost died, and it's his fault.
Okay.
Well, we've already got evidence that he's a correct cop. You quite easily use police resources to settle personal matters. They found us at that safe house. Wonder why.
Oh, he's talking about your husband, how you met your husband.
That is wildly incorrect.
Did you not stalk your husband
No,
using police resources?
no, I didn't
Enough
use
said.
police resources. I'm just very paranoid.
It's awkward.
The Soul Force goes, detective, a word of advice. No, you need to learn to know when you are digging a hole deeper.
It was really more of a joke.
Anyway, as I said, you're all free to stay and move about the building as you wish. There are many amenities, kitchen fully stocked if you need anything. We do have certain meals at certain times. If you wish to use the kitchens for yourselves, you will need authorization from the head chef. She is rather fiery and doesn't like people using their kitchen, but you have been warned.
That's fine. I will talk to them.
Other than that, well, feel free to do anything. And if at any point any of you wishes to join the Seekers Guild, well, we're always hiring. Though in your case, Mr. Swipford, we would first require you to be cleared of all current suspicion before we could engage you.
Understood.
Very well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. And he walks downstairs back to the reception, leaving you all four of you standing there in that hallway.
Right. Well, I'm going to the kitchen. I want to know what they've got.
I'm going to my cell.
I'm off to the library.
Guess I'm going to go to work.
Okay. RaQui, you head off to the library. And there's a tiny door on like the fourth floor that says library. And you open it, and the only thing you see is a bright light.
I go in, I think.
You step through and you feel wind rushing past you. And you turn around and you see the door is so far away from you and moving further down in the horizon. And then you're standing in just on the doorway, on the threshold, on a library where the stacks grow farther than the eye can see. And there are books in every direction, in every orientation. Some places seem to be defying gravity, and the bookshelves are horizontal.
I'm just in heaven right now. I want to go and find Master Clean Scale.
there's a little, you find a little like podium with a little, little bell for calling for assistance. You ring it and you hear, I'm coming, I'll be right there. And you see a shadow move over you. You see something moving in all the different directions, almost like an MC Escher painting. Just seems to be moving up and about in redundant directions, and then suddenly appearing before you is a gold dragonborn, very lithe, but really on the thin side. In fact, so thin that he looks more like a lizard man than a dragonborn. Doesn't have like the big, like robust head. He is he's wearing like a blue and silver kilt, a kind of moss green long sleeve shirt with no buttons, and has this purple shawl over his shoulders. He's a wheelchair user, and he's using what everyone in the internet will recognize as the combat wheelchair. Just his has been modified that instead of weapons, just has library and calligraphy equipment. So he has like a rack instead of having like weapons. It's just a rack full of books, or like a little table that he can then write on. It just comes rolling in. He says, "Oh yes, welcome to the library. I have not seen you here before."
Hello, are you Master Gleamscale?
Yes, I am the head librarian, Master. Well, not Master. I don't like that term. I am head librarian Keldar Gleamscale, at your service.
Hello, my name is RaQui MriTtyur. I'm going to be staying with the guild for a few days, and I was wondering whether or not you could help me find some books. I can see I'm definitely in the right place.
Of course. On which topics would you like to find information on?
Well, now that's the tricky question. Do you have anything? I don't know whether or not you will. In relation to secret organizations.
Of this current cycle or previous?
Anything that could reference the quiet or secret organizations where piles of ash are left behind.
Oh, yes, I will. I know just the thing. Okay. You see, it's just, I will have my assistant guide you. She knows exactly where to take you. And he just calls, Mentra, come here, please. And you see a storm cloud, like a dark, gloomy black storm cloud, like float off a distance and dissipates. And before you stands like a woman in a form-fitting, like Gothic style dress, but with like a skirt like cut short for easy movement, thigh-high boots under the dress, and like long sleeves ending in like lace cuffs and a lace neck. Has like a necklace like a doll with a dull glowing amber, and you realize she's an air genasi, with like wavy long hair, the color of that raging storm, like dark gray with white highlights, pale gray skin. She's basically a goth genasi. She's the other element, goth. And she's like,
The final element.
Yes, master. And says, oh, we have someone new. Wonderful. Can I help you?
Yes, I believe you might be able to lead me to the books that might cover the quiet or secret organizations that could be associated with the quiet.
Just that, of course. Follow me. And she turns again into a cloud and flies away.
I'm going to fly after her. To
And
try
we
and keep
leave
up.
RaQui there. Will, you head into the kitchen. And you see that in the kitchen is a literal fire elemental.
Oh.
You see this almost like serpentine form with 4 arms, just completely made of like volcanic rock and fire.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just you see them putting pans and pots and like just flicking their fingers and turning on hobs and just going like, all right. And you see a bunch of you see other like humans, elves, dwarves, some shifters. He has like a full staff of sous chefs just going, everybody on attention, lunch is coming, get a move on, you know the dishes, you know the drill, go! And it's a whirlwind of activity in there.
Wow. This is quite an operation he's got here.
The figure turns and says, "You're interrupting our cooking. Why are you interrupting our cooking?"
Apologies. I thought maybe I could help out, but it seems you may have all the help that you could.
In almost like the speed of a fire just spreading from where she's now standing right in front and says, you wish to help. Why? Qualifications?
Qualifications are I run the Soul Delights business. I have helped in multiple other businesses as well.
Who are your references?
My references are Rogto Bolayes. He was my original manager. Also, there is my friend who is now the head chef of my previous establishment. And his name is, I want to say, Okaba, sorry. Rumabash. He likes to be called Okaba.
She looks at you, she turns, the flame turning towards the kitchen and says, "Number 1, double check." And you see one of the sous chefs just goes on the phone, starts double checking. Well, making calls, and you hear him talking over the phone. Confirmed. Confirmed. You are accepted. Following line. You are number 7 now. And they return to the kitchen.
Okay. I go and I take off my jacket, put on some chef whites or whatever they have there.
Yeah, they have some in spare.
And I go, right.
And in your case, you find an extra large hairnet.
I kind of do it up, like.
The hair takes off half the kitchen.
Probably, yeah. So yeah, and I start helping out.
Yep.
Because I've got nothing else to do, really. Why not?
Daggerbird, is there anything you do? You're muted.
No, I'm just sulking in my cell.
You say your cell, but this is actually a fairly comfy room. It's more comfortable than your own apartment.
Yeah, all right. I'm still sulking.
You just got caught. As you're sulking, you see the TV turn on, and it says OLO.
Yeah, I just like stare at it intently.
And the message just says, "I'm in town. Once you're clear, I'll let you know where I am." And the image turns into a little gnome running on a rock. And then turns off. And Errol, you are left to continue your investigation.
I got multiple leads to follow, man.
Which lead will you be following first?
I feel like the easiest one, which is to go check on Biros's name, see if we can find an address, and then go check it out.
Okay. You quickly get someone to follow Birza's full name, and you get an address for an apartment. And as you head there, well, when you head there, you will find that you will continue your investigation in next episode. Because this is the end of our session for now. This is episode 3, Unsafehouse.
I think this is episode 3, Disappointment.
That's the other.
Yeah, that is that. Well, at least from Errol's mother's point of view.
From everyone's point of view.
Errol's just not a good cop.
He's a terrible cop, apparently. Jesus. Except when he's being absolutely paranoid like a crazy person.
But yeah, that's going to be the end of our session. If anyone on chat has any questions about the setting, technology, anything they wish to know, speak now, forever hold your peace. Or at least until next week. Gonna wait a few seconds for it. Nothing? Very well. So I'll go around the room again so everyone can tell you who they were and who they were playing, and where you can find them on the internet if they wish to share such a thing. So we go with our very, very suspicious rogue.
Hi, I'm Ash. I play Dagobert Lightfoot, who's now in a big sulk because...
And you always forget your own last name.
It's Lightfoot. Swiftfoot. He's got all his aliases mixed up. He was kind of sulking now because he may have found a lead into his missing friend for the first time in years.
Yeah.
And some stupid cop stopped him.
Let's go with the worst cop ever.
That's me. I'm Nate. I've been playing Errol Reminesh just to annoy my mother. I am the worst cop in history, and you can find me on Twitter as the tiniest sidekick.
And sadly, the person who lost her notes tonight. Next.
I'm Kat, and I've been playing RaQui, and yes, I did lose all of my notes. I'm going to make some new ones. It'll be fine.
Post-it notes.
Awesome. And our cook, number 7.
Hi, I'm Jade. I play Will, also known as number 7, and you can find me on my one Instagram, JJSquishy90, and that's no underscores.
Okay. And that's it for us for tonight. We'll be back next week with episode 4. And we'll see where this mystery leads. Until then, thanks for watching. We hope you had a good time. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you again, Kevin.
Bye.
Thanks, Kevin.